Hey, what's good, everyone? It is the Graveyard's very own Sun Rondu and Ghost the Rebel. Good morning, Ghost. What's going on, bro?
Good morning, brother. How are you today?
Um, I'm okay. Um, Mentally, I'm a little bit distraught. Uh, and very shocked with the news that happened. 6/24/2022, Roe versus Wade got overturned. Um, and I tried my best to stay off of social media because there's only so much that the mind can handle. But there are so many people in a fucking uproar. I'm upset. I know you're very fucking upset. So I'm gonna let you have the floor on this one, and then I'm gonna have my 2 cents because I know you got some shit to say. So I'm gonna let you say it.
Man, okay. I appreciate you.
Um,
Thank you, brother.
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
in the
So
same
yeah.
exact boat that you are feeling. What's kind of funny? I don't know if you want to keep this in the podcast. We actually didn't have like good topics to come up with. It's just been a busy week for the both of us. So we were actually going to shoot blindly from the hip, and we're actually going to do that at some point in the podcast. Just be patient with us. But I feel like we have to talk about what just happened regarding this whole Roe versus Wade situation. I am going to have a disclaimer that I am going to be shooting from the hip. So I may say a couple, or I may choose a couple words that might be triggering. I don't think I will, but for the sake of like giving context and the sake of like, really y'all understanding how I feel about the situation, I am giving a disclaimer. This is solely from me. Um, I'm very upset. This is some bullshit, and there you go. You have your warning. You have your disclaimer, and whatever. Let me take one sip of my coffee before I go in.
And before you go on, I just want to give an I just want to give another disclaimer as well that me and Ghost, we don't fuck with politics. We're not political people. For people that do know us, we are very like we're already colorful individuals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But
You'd think we'd be NXT
it's
2.0.
but it's like with all this shit going on, it's like we can't shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really expect us to have like a very serious discussion so soon about the shit that's going on because you know as creators we like to keep people happy. We want to just have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like to see all that happening, it's very fucking disappointing. So, like I said, I'm gonna give you the floor, bro, and then I'll say what I have to say on that, and then we can just move on.
For sure, for sure.
So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with Rondo. Like, I don't fuck with politics. I really don't. I think once upon a time I tried to understand politics, but it's so confusing and it doesn't make sense to me, especially as an adult. I'm like, no, I'm good. Now, as far as like who to vote for to have the right people in power, again, my capacity for like learning about it or trying to understand it, it's just basically non-existent. I just don't care because I don't trust any of them niggas. I really don't. Um,
mm,
and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. You're about to
here we
have
go.
Go Shoot from the Hip. All
Let's go.
right, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is going on? I don't get who does this benefit at all. Like, I don't think this benefits anybody. It doesn't benefit religion. It doesn't benefit certain part. You would think this would benefit conservatives or like super religious people, and to a certain level it might. But on the surface of everything and anything, this does not serve anybody but stroke other people's ego, empower, or brainwash other people. This whole Roe versus Wade overturning abortion rights is like, how all of a sudden this is the main focus in the country? where the main focus that we should have had decades or like centuries ago was gun control, but we ain't hear a goddamn thing about that. But this is the main focus, and it got overturned so fast. You mean to tell me that y'all are trying to protect life, but at the same time not trying to preserve life with gun control? So who does this help? This is all about control. This is all about controlling the human body, which should not be a goddamn thing to control in the first place. My take on the woman specifically, and Rondo, I think we had, I don't know if you were there or not. I was pretty intoxicated when this happened. But we have our binaural beats nights. And we were talking about women. And if you were there, I think you were there. We were talking about how.
I believe I was. Yeah.
Okay. When we were there, I was really going in on my love for women. I think women are the greatest goddamn thing in the universe, the planet, in existence. I just love the essence and the beauty and everything about women, period. I put women at the top of the goddamn pedestal, and you're not gonna change my mind. I love women. Like, they're just, they make me so weak in a good, cute, fun way. So when women are getting attacked like this, I feel fucking hot. I'm livid. Cause why? Here's the thing, right? This whole right was like protected for what, 50 years? And it gave women the right to have legally get an abortion. And they choose to, which I'm all for. Now, people are gonna probably assume, or they're probably gonna ask, oh, does this mean like you're pro-life or you're pro-choice? I'm pro-motherfucking choice. Don't get me wrong. I love life. I think life is great and, yada, yada, yada. But I think people are forgetting the key factors of why this whole thing was in place in the first place. It's because trigger-sensitive wordplay here, okay? The R word, right? Now, here's the thing. Why are women getting attacked so fucking heavy and no blame or accountability is placed on the reason why this was in place in the first place? I.e. men. Ooh, I want to say the word, but I'm trying to like conceal it. The R word, okay? Why are women being victimized? Like, that makes no fucking sense. Start with the source. Why are you going with, like, oh God, why? How about stop these men who keep forcing themselves on women and then having the situation happen in the first place? How about that? But no, we ain't gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on, oh no, women should do this or women shouldn't do this. How about men shouldn't be fucking scumbags? I'm not saying all. Disclaimer. I'm not saying all. But you know who the fuck I'm talking about. How about we start with the source and not the end result? Okay? Because it takes two to tango, right? And one of them tangoing is it like they're suffering from the events of biology, which is like having a child, but it takes two to fucking tango. How come we're not talking about men and not forcing themselves on women or doing the R word or being pieces of shit or whatever? Just why? I don't get how come the focus is not being put on them and it's being put heavily on women. And if you think that overturning abortion is just the first step, or is the only step, I should say, you're wrong. This is not going to stop here. This is going to build up. Because now I'm hearing talks about they're going to overturn interracial marriage, which is going to be a fucking... What? They're going to overturn that. They're going to overturn gay rights. They're going to overturn gay marriage. They're going to overturn a whole bunch of shit that when you look... Here's the thing. I think it really boils down to, like, when and potentially where you were born, like as far as like life. Because let's say you're an old head, and I'm not saying that in a discriminatory way, but you know what the fuck I'm saying. If you were born way back when, right, you were raised and you were growing up with certain values and certain core aspects. I get it. Cool. I'm a grown ass man. Listen, like, I've lived a lot being so young. But still, it's just like, you know what? I understand, like, the older generation a little bit more. Like, okay, I understand your frame of thinking and what was going on back in the day. But what y'all need to understand, this is a different era. This is a whole new life in a sense. Our generation, and I'm talking about the ones like that were born early 1990s, maybe like mid 80s actually, up until now is a whole different ball game than when my parents, for example, were growing up. The rules are different. Everything is changeable, like quicker than you could even imagine, bro. Like I was born when the computer was not a thing yet, or maybe the computer just got into a thing. Now look at us. We have computers at the ready to purchase, i.e. phones, when that was not even a conceivable notion in the generation before us. It's a different ball game. It's a different lifestyle, okay? We accept everybody at this point. Doesn't matter if you're gay, doesn't matter if you're straight, doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, purple, green, red, translucent, not of this species. It doesn't matter what you are. It's all about love and peace, and we're just trying to fucking make it. Y'all trying to reverse this and set us back in time for what? You think that shit's gonna be just, oh, we're just gonna have to accept it? No, nigga. It is not gonna be acceptable. You think we're just gonna be like, okay, like, there's nothing more we can do. Like, these are the people that have, like, the powers in place. No, nigga. Now we are protesting and rioting and causing uproar because you're trying to... The government's supposed to be for us. Y'all supposed to be the Supreme Court, but y'all the more of the bitch court. Like, why are you... Who is this for? What if this shit actually happens in your family? People in Supreme Court? Then what? Oh, but you ain't gonna... It's not gonna matter because you're in a position of power. You're in a position of money. You're in a position of safety. You're in a goddamn safety net so nothing can affect you. Okay, you know what's crazy about life? Since we're talking about fucking life and lives... Life is a whole separate entity, and it's a whole separate force that shouldn't be reckoned with. And if you think it's not gonna happen to you, trust and believe it's gonna happen to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not directly, it could happen indirectly, but your ass is going to be affected, one way or another. I'm pissed. And here's the thing, there's so much shit that we're worrying about in life already. Like I said, gun laws. We're worried about being fearful of walking outside during a pandemic, mind you, still, because we're still in it. If y'all think we're not in the pandemic still, where the fuck are you? I know I don't go outside for my personal reasons, but niggas, we are still in a pandemic technically, okay? As long as the COVID thing is still out here, like being purchased and still contracted by people, we're still in a fucking pandemic. That's number one. And two, now we're worried about walking down the street at a supermarket since I'm black, and I'm worried about being shot the fuck up and then nothing happening of it. You know what? I've been rolling. Let me end my rant with a tweet that I saw that I put on my Instagram story. Don't follow me on there, by the way. Do not. Like, I'm not gonna look at your shit. I only look at like 5 people's, and then I log the fuck out. But when it comes to this whole Roe versus Wade overturn, there was a tweet that said, forced birth in a country with baby formula shortages and mass shootings weekly. Hold on, let me read it again because I fucked it up because I'm hot. Forced birth in a country with baby formula shortages and mass school shootings weekly. You can't make this shit up. So not only are we worried about you can't get an abortion, you have to have the child, but that child is going to be potentially shot up in another mass shooting, which hasn't been corrected or it hasn't been fixed at all. Basically, we're fucked. We're fucked. This country's not for us no more. This country is for certain individuals, and you're either with it or you're not with it. A majority of us is not with the shits, okay? And just my word of advice, take care of your mental. Number one. Women, I fucking love y'all. I wish this shit was not happening. Like, I'm pissed. Like, just, ooh, like so many of my friends have been affected. I have friends of all shapes, sizes, different colors, orientations. I have the whole goddamn spectrum. Like, I'm friends with somebody of the whole shebang bang, man, and I love them dearly. Right, Rondu, you're friends with them too. Like, we got them in our Discord. We all cool. We all chill. We're just having a good time and just trying to live life and breathe. That's all we're trying to do, and not be fucking broke all the time. But I'm all about just let's just try to make it. Let's just hug it out and let's just try to make it and see what the fuck we can do. But this country is a goddamn shame. This country is garbage. This country is just like, and you know what's funny? A week from now is the 4th of July. I wonder how the fuck that's gonna go. Land of the free, celebrate freedom. What freedom? What freedom? Where? Ain't no freedom no more. This country is a goddamn it's a contradiction of itself. It's a contradiction of itself, and it's so laughable, and it's just eye-boggling to where it's just like I feel like we're in a simulation. This can't be life no more. Like this can't be real. This can't be. There's no way all this is jumping off the way that it is right now. I just refuse to believe, but it is real. I just like, hey, whatever. So, mind your mental health. Check in on your friends that are really, really, really feeling this right now. Be a source of light, like a beacon for them. Comfort them. Comfort yourself too. Take time away from social media, y'all, because I know like it's not like it's ignorance is bliss, but there's so much we can take on a daily basis, right? You can't absorb all of this negativity, all of this like emotion and stirred up. You got to take care of yourself too, right? Because if you're not there for yourself, you damn sure ain't gonna be there for somebody else in the right capacities. So take care of yourself, comfort your people, drink some water. There was one more thing I wanted to say. It's just like y'all, what? And that's it. End of my rant. I'm fucking hot now.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. What you had said, I agree with every fucking word. I'm a little bit emotional, especially with everything that you had just said, and it really does make no fucking sense. It really doesn't. And I'm gonna just piggyback off what you just said about America not being for us anymore. It never was. The American dream, all that bullshit that they was spouting about, it was never for us, bro. They're trying to make America white again. And I fucking hate using that word because like I said, bro, I'm not political. You're not political. I can really give a fuck about politics. I can really give a fuck about the news, the government, the media. I can give a fuck about all that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of it. And the fact that all this shit is happening to us, and what I mean by us, I mean humans. If that makes sense to anybody that's listening, if that even makes sense to you, it hurts because not only is not only is it the fact that the government is controlling our bodies more especially towards the women, but it's like it's fucked up isn't even the word. There really is no word or term I can use to describe how wrong, how morally fucking wrong all this is. And it fucking hurts, bro. And like you said, when it comes to the Supreme Court, all those bitch ass niggas over there, like, if they think this isn't gonna affect them too, they are so fucking wrong. Because you're in that position of power, and like you said, you think that's not gonna fucking affect you, it is. And because they don't think like the rest of us do, and because they're in that seat, they don't give a fuck about us. They never did. it's. I'm not even gonna say it's baffling because it's like at this point we shouldn't even be surprised with how shit is moving. We really shouldn't. And it's like as fucked up as that is, it's like I don't know. I really don't, bro. And it's funny that you had mentioned that tweet you had screen that you had I can't fucking speak. It's funny that you had ended your rant with that tweet because I actually took a screenshot of that and I was gonna start off with saying that. And just if you didn't catch that, I'm gonna repeat what he said. Forced birth in a country with baby formula shortages and mass school shootings weekly. You can't make this up. Because you fucking can't. The shit that happened in Texas, that shit, and I think for me, that's what kind of drew me over the line. Because I have a little sister, bro. I have a little brother, a baby brother. I have two brothers and a sister. Two of them are in school. Now I had to worry about this shit. I'm not a parent. I'm the oldest of four. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I have to worry about my siblings being shot up. You know how fucking scary that is, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that I would really have to worry about the shit that's going on in this world. And you know what's so crazy? We're already black. Nigga, that's you know, I don't even want to get into these topics because it's like I can't, bro. it's just
I feel you, dog. I really do.
It's just so fucking. It's too much. Too fucking much, bro. And it's not fair. It really isn't. And the fact that you said that they're going to be overturning so much shit, I can only imagine in the next 5 to 10 years, max, how this shit's going to be. I promise you, bro, I'm going to be 24 in the next month and a half. In the next 5 years, bro, I promise you, me and my family, bro, I probably don't see ourselves living in America. And I'm saying that right now. For everyone that knows me, I don't really talk too much about what I got going on. I keep a lot of shit to myself. But I'm just gonna say that right now. Already starting making moves. Because this is fucked up. Ain't no way in hell that they're doing this for us. Bro, having the fucking government controlling our bodies, especially women. And it's bad enough as black people. We got to sit here and fight and have to prove ourselves equal. Like, for fucking what? We are human just like the rest of y'all, and y'all don't see us as that? It's crazy, bro. This, like you said, this shit doesn't even seem real. It's like we're in a simulation. I can only imagine. I can only imagine at this point. We're not safe out here, bro. We're not safe. And it's crazy how we never were. America's a fucking joke.
America is traumatic. Like, let me piggyback off of one thing that you said. And when it happened, this happened maybe like 2 weeks ago. When it happened, it was so bone chilling and surreal. The tragedy that happened in Texas recently. So there's actually a daycare like right across from my apartment complex, and I was just chilling on my patio. It was nice and sunny. I'm like, I'm gonna just chill out here and just be with nature for a second. So the kids were actually outside playing, and bro, when I tell you that compared to like before that happened to now that the tragedy happened, it is so crazy of a feeling that I get. I get nervous and I get scared because these kids are outside like in just playing in the playground, having fun, living life. You hear the joy and the laugh. It's just some like it's almost like synonymous with nature. It's just like it's soothing in a way. It's just like that's the next generation that they're just having the time of their life. Like we remember when we were children, we just just playing at the playground and whatever, and then all of a
Without a
sudden,
care in the world. Without a
without
care
a
in the world,
motherfucking
we're
care in the
safe.
world, they're not worried about getting shot up. They don't even know what that means. But just to chill on my patio and to hear that sound and immediately think of just thinking in your head, damn, like I don't even want to knock on wood. I don't want to say it, but it's just like knowing that what happened. It's just like this is sad because they're not safe either.
No one is. We never fucking were. We never were unless you're white. Unless you're white, and I hate to say that, and I have a lot of white friends, and I love y'all to death, bro.
Right, we're not saying anti like white because we got white friends,
Like,
bro.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like, y'all,
You know who the fuck we talking about.
bro, and I really don't want to say this shit, but fuck it. We've already been on the topic. Y'all don't have to worry about what we have to deal with, bro. Y'all are good. Y'all don't have to deal with what we dealt with, bro. Y'all really don't. Y'all niggas got it made. y'all do, and I hate to say that. And I know there's gonna be some people that disagree with me, and that's fine. But it's like y'all don't have to deal with that kind of shit. It's fucked up, but it's true. Like, like, am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong, bro.
I don't think you are wrong. No. I mean, just think of how the country was founded in the first place. And I'm not trying to like go too far back to like, oh, this is where it started, because obviously some progression has been made, right? Like certain laws were like protecting minorities and protecting women and stuff like that. The problem is that shit is slowly being overturned again. Y'all trying to turn back the clock for like a century ago, and that shit is not gonna fly at all. Okay, because now you do have certain white people that are standing up for people like us, people like women's rights and like, gay rights. Like hell yeah, because we all about human. Period. Now y'all trying to have a utopia of just a certain race. Guess what? It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't matter what sort of crazy ass, dumb ass, stupid ass decisions and laws y'all try to have in place. The shit is not gonna fly as smooth or crisp or 100% as you think, because you are also trying to combat forces like life and forces like nature and forces like free will. You're not gonna succeed. You won't. You won't. You're literally gonna have to like pull out the stops as far as like, well, hold on. Let me not even say that. I'm gonna knock on wood and not speak this into existence, because the universe is listening, even though it's on my side. But you gotta be specific too, because they are, But you're right. I think slowly but surely, if they're not trying to make another White America Part 2 or 2.0, they're trying to make some sort of utopia to where only certain individuals can greatly benefit from the resource of a dying planet, which it sucks to say, because that's another thing that we got to deal with, or something along the lines of that. This country's not for the people no more. This country is for some people, not all people, some people.
And if y'all, and another thing, it's like, if y'all like this chaos, not only are you fucked up in the head, not only are you a fucked up individual, but fuck you, period. Because it makes no fucking sense to why you'd agree and it's like what you said about benefiting from other people's misery. Like how do you get off on that shit? How do you think any of this shit is okay? And on top of that, like when the protests were happening, George Floyd, for example, I loved the fact that there were a lot of people, and when I said earlier about you know white people and all that, I'm not saying this to down, and because it's like you said, there are a lot of white people that are with us, and I love that. But it's like for some of the shit that I've seen, some of y'all are just in it just for you for clout. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are there just for the ride. Not y'all like y'all are just y'all not really with us. And what I mean by that is there was a video that I had seen a while back when the George Floyd protests were going on, where everyone they were safely protesting, and there was this woman because they had a lot of businesses had shut down, because of the riots that happened previously. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I had seen a video of this of the civilians, this white woman. She just goes spray painting Black Lives Matter, and a black woman had walked up and said, We didn't ask you to do this." And she's trying to justify what she's doing. So, oh no, she had kind of she's like, no, we're not we're safely doing this. We don't know what you're doing, but it's like you know what I'm saying, like that kind of shit pissed me off because it's like what sense does that make? What is the point of you doing all that extra shit? We're not asking you to do that. We have a fucking reason to do this. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, once again, we were safely protesting. Now the riots that happened, we had a whole reason behind that shit because we are tired, bro,
Mm-hmm.
tired, fucking tired. That's it.
It's just like when stuff like this happens, whether it's black lives being affected, women being affected, black women being affected, gay rights or gay orientation or sexual orientation preference, there you go, to cover all bases. When those are being targeted and being affected, and the people that are basically against it, right? In that example, spray painting Black Lives Matter. I think this happened. I don't know if it was in Portland or if it was in Washington or it was somewhere over there, maybe Cali. But then you had people that tried to erase
Yeah.
it. My question is, why? Why are you upset? Why are you upset that we're protesting in a safe, peaceful manner, like you said? Why are you upset? You feel offended. You feel I'm using this loosely, prejudiced against, or you feel targeted like, oh, this shouldn't be here because why are you upset? We already know that you're not for the cause because of this action that you're taking, but
And you see, that's the word I was trying to use. She wasn't really for the cause. She was just dick writing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But
No, no, you're all good.
it's like going up, like seeing that shit really upset me because it's like that really goes to show that you're you're not really down with us. You just there trying to start some shit that, that we're not. Like I said, bro, we're tired. And I'm not just talking about Black lives. I'm talking about people who are actually affected by this shit. The women, the men, black people, Spanish people, like everyone except for certain individuals. Certain individuals. And I'm not saying that all white people are fucking like this because truth be told, there are some black people that do fuck with stuff like this, which kind of not even which surprises me because I've even I've even seen it, which doesn't. It never really truly registered in my mind to why, like, how are you okay? Like, how are you okay with this? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What was you saying, bro? Right? Shit's crazy.
Nah, it's just
Wild,
it's it's just the same thing. I'm really trying to stay off social media, but it's just like I found one more thing that perfectly surmises basically this how stupid this whole thing is. It's like you're pro-life until the baby is poor, hungry, sick, houseless, gay, of color, an immigrant, transgender, mentally ill.
bro. I literally just saw the same fucking
Yep.
post. Wow,
Yep.
wow, wow.
And there it is. And that one.
This is
And,
fucking
and,
crazy.
and it's facts. And it's facts. You show this to a pro-lifer, they have nothing to say about it. They are so for protecting the unborn that the preschool are fucked. And that's crazy. Oh, I also wanted to say this with protecting like yourself, like during times like this, like protecting your mental and protecting your friends. Um, Also, because like now you're gonna have some of your friends that, because this is not a topic that is not like talked about like openly as like frequently as it is. I mean, now we're talking about it because it's the center focus. It's the focal point of like what's going on. But for example, I was on Facebook earlier this morning, and one of my friends, I really don't care about preferences. I'm like, we're either friends because we have something in common as far as like music or like a band, or I actually know you in real life. I don't even fuck with Facebook like that no more. But I scrolled on there just to see like how my people are doing, and one of my friends that I met through a band, I realized their preference with this whole thing. They're actually pro-life. Now, I feel some type of way just given the situation right now. Now, I'm not saying that life is not essential, but my problem is that you're not seeing the point of like what the hell is happening, right? Like you're stating your side when there's no comfort. There's no comfort that you're providing with whatever you're sharing that is pro-life. There's no understanding, there's no nothing. It's like, "Oh, this is why I'm pro-life." But you're not understanding like why you're not pro-choice. You're not understanding people that are pro-choice. That's a problem. That's your friend? Then you share this on your feed. So what if your friends that is pro-choice, what do you have to say about your friend then? Are you gonna not be their friend no more? So what I did, I just logged off of Facebook. I'm not dealing with it. Listen, like I said, there's only so much we can take in a day. And I don't want to have to deal with like, oh, I got to unfriend this person now. I'm like, listen, I got real life problems to deal with, like the situation. But it's just like, I don't even fuck with you like that. So let me just do me a solid and just log out for the day. I'm cool. I don't need Facebook. Protect your mental, y'all. And protect your friends too. Because this is some shit. Bro, let's yeah, say your three things and then we gotta reset because I don't want this whole podcast to be this.
Yeah, because we've been doing this for about 42 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Counting. So let me say my three things right quick, and then we just gonna bounce. I just saw some shit. Saw three things, right? I'm gonna say this. So and this is once again why I need to be off the social media for today, or just for the next week or so. Because all right, let me just say this. I have saw. It says same-sex marriage has only been legal for 7 years, and they're planning on taking it away already. The fact that it's already like it's in there, bro. They're literally setting all this shit up. This only benefits themselves, which makes no sense because isn't there an African American on the Supreme Court?
Is that nigga really an African American though?
I ain't gonna lie. You know who I'm talking about. And what's crazy is that you remember, you seen the movie Django?
I haven't. Oh my god. Let me put that on my list real quick.
Damn it!
I know, bro. I swear I'm Patrick Star. I swear to God, bro. There's so much shit I don't know. But nah, go ahead.
Okay. I was okay. So I I had seen a picture. For those who've seen Django Unchained, Leah DiCar, God damn it, Leo DiCaprio,
There you go.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Jamie Foxx, Samuel Jackson, Kerry Washington. Samuel L. Jackson's character, and I'm just trying to shed, a little humor, even though this entire situation is fucked up. But I feel like we need to kind of lighten the situation just a little bit. There's his character is basically he's a nigga hater. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the house niggas. You know
Oh, he's one of them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's and there was a picture of him, and it was turning into in the Samuel L. Jackson's character, which I thought was actually kind of funny because I was like, "Yep, that's it right there."
There go Uncle Ruckus. That's
it.
crazy in the flesh.
Uncle Ruckus. Yep. Makes no fucking sense. And then, seen another tweet saying, and I'm not going to use the R word because of triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman is R'd at gunpoint and becomes pregnant, then the gun is the most protected party in that situation.
Oh my God!
How the fuck does that work? Tell me in what fucking sense does that make any sense, bro? Explain that to me, please. Because I truly want to fucking know. You can't, right? Because it doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Like, what are y'all doing? What is this? There's got to be something higher that is being hidden from us. Got to be.
Oh, if banning abortion stops abortions, let's ban guns and stop gun violence. But y'all not gonna do that, right? Right. No
That's
fucking
crazy to me.
sense, but no fucking sense. But there are a list of states that I had saw that abortions are legal and that aren't affected by Roe versus Wade, and that's a good thing,
Yeah.
But it's like it's the fact that I'll just point these out. So California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. And it's like at this point, Plan B and all that shit should be fucking free at this point.
But they're also trying to overturn birth control at the same time too. Which what the fuck?
Well,
like
doomed.
Exactly, right? Right.
We're doomed. We're doomed.
They're trying they're trying to overturn everything and make it seem like women are the problem, that men are that don't have accountability for situations like this. And for fucking what? But still celebrate 4th of July, right? Go ahead and represent the American flag on, this upcoming Monday. Like, you got to. Because we have to represent freedom and represent the freedom of America. And, buy the merchandise.
We don't have that, bro. We're not free. We don't have that. We don't. What is the fucking point of celebrating a bullshit? How? And you know what's so crazy? What's so fucking crazy about this, too? Is that this America's a fucking joke. America is a fucking joke. It's like America's a contract, bro. America's a fucking contract.
Also, a disclaimer, I'm gonna say we're also not saying death to America. We're not saying that at all, okay? Because this is where we fucking live. we're not saying blow up the country. No, no, don't do that. Like, leave us the fuck
Yeah,
alone,
no,
okay?
no. We still live here,
Like,
unfortunately.
like the common folk in this country, we're just trying to live and not be homeless and not be broke and just have ramen to eat that costs like 25 cents and drink some water. That's all we're trying to do. Okay, we're not like these people in power that is fucking up other countries and the country itself. We're not saying that. America could be so much better and so much more peaceful. It's the people that are in charge that are fucking us over. That's who we're complaining about. That's our problem. Okay. Oh my god. There's always gonna be like some sort of sliver of hope of like what the country could be, or like with the right people in place, you feel me? But it's the problem is that they're telling us one thing and then lying to us,
And then
then
doing another.
and then they're doing another, then lying about that, but they're also trying to tell us the truth by they're killing us in very subtle ways, in very calculated, fucked up ways. I mean, look at the advertisements, right? It's like, hey, we'll advertise about get you a margarita today, and then you'll have a commercial right after, like, have a problem with drinking or have a problem with addiction. I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I don't watch the news, because the news is first of all, it's a play, it's a calculated work to have people even more depressed and more stressed of current world events. I'm like, I don't have time for this. My main focus is what the fuck am I gonna eat today? Like, I need to make sure I'm in check. You feel me? But we're not saying that to America. We're just saying, America, what the fuck? Again, you know?
Wake the fuck up is what we're also saying. Please. Please. Because there should be no fucking reason why this is affecting everyone.
It
This is
really
affecting
is.
everyone. And they don't see that. This is even going to affect them at some point. Like you said. And it's like, I really now, bro, you know me. And a lot of people who do know me, I am a very hopeful person.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have my moments to where I lose hope in humanity. I've actually done it quite a few times, and this is kind of saying just a little. It's just saying a little bit about myself, and I have lost hope quite a few times, but because of the people that I'm surrounded around, because of the friends I have, the people who I call my family outside of this, outside of my actual family internally, y'all have brought me back so many times, and I can't thank y'all enough for that, bro. You included. You know how many times I talk about you a lot, bro. Like you're like my other brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like right now I I do have hope that this can be better because it's like with the whole George Floyd situation, with the protests and everything, I slowly started to see a bit of change. For a while, and this is just through my eyes. For a while, I slowly started seeing things get a little bit better, but it doesn't last long, and it just then it comes to shit like this. It's a very vicious, fucked up cycle, and I don't understand why. And maybe that's a part of life, a part of this roller coaster we're not supposed to understand. But at the same time, if
Holy shit.
if if what happened?
No, my alert went off again. It scared the shit out of me. My bad. My bad. I gotta turn this off.
Oh, um, what I was gonna say, if 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 life is supposed to be giving us these answers, I'm not catching it. I'm really the fuck not. If we're supposed to be receiving like I don't know. It's just I really want to continue to have hope for humanity, but it's like we're doomed. we are doomed, and there's no real there's no real right way of looking at things, because all we want to do is love. All we want to do is have fun, and it's just we also want to be safe. We want to make sure our kids are safe. We don't have kids, but we just want to make sure that,
Right.
like,
Disclaimer: we ain't got no kids yet.
yeah. But it's like we just want to make sure people are safe. The children are safe. Like, we just want to make sure that everything is good. We don't have to have a worry. But it's like y'all motherfuckers are just making it hard for no reason. I don't get it. They're doing this for no reason, but for their own selfish gain and to stroke the ego of other people. Women matter. Black lives matter. Stop Asian hate. I can go on. I can go on.
We sure could. But we're not gonna go on. We're gonna take a quick break. Yeah, drink some water. That's what I'm about to do. We're gonna
Yeah.
reset. We're gonna talk about some lighthearted, random blind questions to each other, and yeah. If you don't mind us going to the break, Radu, or you got something else to say?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, catch y'all in a minute. Get some water, y'all.
All right, everyone. We are back from our break. Just kind of needed some time to revitalize. Get back to Sun Randu and Ghost the Rebel. After that whole uh 50-minute spiel. Uh, is that the right word to use? Spiel.
I like it. It felt good when you said it.
Okay. So now that we have all that out the way, we said how we felt. Hopefully, we can see some changes. Like I said, I would like to have hope. Um, Hopefully, there's change, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
But now we can get back to the lighter tone of the podcast. And Ghost, I know you said you had some questions that you wanted to ask. So
Yeah,
let's get it
brother.
on. Let's go.
All right. I'm actually going to randomize because I have a list of just random questions. I only read like one of them. I'm like, okay, I feel like this list is going to provide some fire ass, out of the box, cool questions. So, number generator, give me a number 18. Okay, cool. Randu,
Yo.
if you could have dinner with any three people, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
If I can have dinner with any three people.
You know what? Three people. Hold on. Let's narrow it down. One.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Ah, shit. I actually had three people.
Damn. Okay. Well, since you had three, go ahead. I'm gonna give you one though.
Okay.
No,
I
no, I'll
think if
give
I'm
you
going to
three.
narrow it. I'm going to do one. I'll do two. I'll do two, if that's fair. We do two?
Go for it.
If I had to choose, I would have to choose Keanu Reeves and Bruce Lee.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Why?
Why? So, Keanu Reeves. Now, I've always loved Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? The one movie that had got me into like him as a character and as a person was The Matrix. Who doesn't know what the fucking Matrix is? I hope you see The Matrix. Have you seen The Matrix?
I've seen the first one. Don't ask me about anything else.
Okay, the first. Okay, that counts. That counts.
Okay. All right. Y'all about to chastise me in the guy. Okay. Anyway.
So, from what I've seen over the years, Keanu Reeves is a very down to earth person. He keeps to himself. He's one of those people. Like he's like us, bro. Like there was a video of him, like just chilling, eating a hot dog, like taking the bus, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a really cool fucking dude. Like if I had to smoke with somebody, it would definitely be Keanu Reeves. But I feel like he's not only he can give you some sort of advice, like Keanu Reeves has definitely been through it as a person. he lost his daughter and his wife. Um, I want to say maybe early 2000s, late 90s, maybe. And he's a fighter, bro. And I love him as a. I mean, I don't fucking know the guy. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like he would definitely share some wisdom, and especially in times like this. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. I just feel like he would be definitely like he would definitely like be in our friend group type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just that cool of a person. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now Bruce Lee, that man right there. As far as wisdom goes, definitely has it. I feel like when it came to being in tune with oneself, he definitely had that. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as motivation goes, he like whenever I was feeling some kind of way, whenever I'd be in a motivation for anything, there were moments where I would kind of just go to like his old interviews, and he was so philosophical, bro, and he just had a way with words. And you ever heard and if you haven't, that's fine, but have you ever heard his um his speech about being like water?
Who, Bruce Lee?
Yes.
Yes, I actually have.
Okay, good, thank God. So, and for those who haven't heard Bruce Lee's being water, um I'm gonna just read off his quote right quick. He says, "Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. You put water into the cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend." And it's like for a while I never really understood, and I tried not looking too. And another thing about Bruce is like when he says certain shit, it's like it's not gonna hit right away. And I feel like uh, I feel that's a lot of things with quotes as well. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna hit right away until either you go through something, or mainly it's mainly going through something to where you're not gonna understand until it's like it hits you and you're like, oh shit. So that's what someone so meant. So I feel like with that, I definitely feel like with Bruce, it would definitely be more. I was gonna say more internal, but I mean it would definitely be more. It'll be nice to sit down and just talk life, because I feel like they both share certain similarities. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would definitely like to, one dead, one alive. I would definitely like to, get to know these guys and have them share their wisdom with me, so I can be more of the sage that I am. You know what I'm saying?
Wee!
So that's my answer on that.
My God, I'm over here trying to finite the top three that I wanted. Originally, I had none, and then I had one, and then it turned into five. I'm like, oh boy. Those are interesting picks,
Yes.
dude. That Bruce Lee one, that quote, I remember seeing it a couple years ago on Tumblr. I'm like, it's one of those things like it didn't hit initially, like you said, but then I
Mm-hmm.
read it again. I'm like, yo, if you really just sit down and really think on it, like, yeah, 100%, it's true. Um, Top three for me, and I'm trying to like there's specific reasons of why I want to have dinner with these three living people. I couldn't think of dead people. There's this. I'm sorry. There's too many dead
I'm
people, and
I'm pretty
this.
sure I know one of them.
You what?
I said I feel like I'm pretty sure I know one of your picks. I don't know
Okay,
if
well
that's one.
then tell me your guess before I reveal them.
I'm pretty sure one of them is Paige, right?
It was almost Paige. It was almost Paige. I want to meet her, but to like have dinner, like when I have dinner with someone, there's got to be like a certain like intent, right? Don't get me wrong. I would love to probe Paige's brain. Wow, that break in between that sentence was a little too long.
I was gonna be like, bro, whoa,
No,
whoa,
exactly. Right. Yeah, it was one of those things. I said it, and I was counting the seconds after I said it. I'm like, damn, this is turning into something different. Hold on. No, I just couldn't think of the word in time. I want to dive into her brain. See, that if there was a pause in there, it still would have been bad. Yike. Context is key, y'all.
Okay. All right. Oh, I got one more.
Okay,
okay. JoJo.
She was originally on there, but I took her off.
God damn! All right,
but no, you had him. You knew him though. But I'm picking these three people because the intent is for me to definitely gain way more knowledge from a realm that I have yet to reach. That I would want to reach because these people have reached a certain pinnacle in life to where it's like, yo, you're definitely an idol. You're definitely a plethora of knowledge. You've gone through a lot. And I just want to know, like, what could I get from you and stuff like that. Paige was definitely up there, and JoJo, but those are different reasons. The first one is CM Punk. The reason why I want to sit down with this man is because not only is he an idol, but he's such a representation of, like, he's basically a huge reason why I went with Ghost the Rebel in the first place, especially the rebel part. Because he's so rebellious and like an anarchist, but not like a straight up villain or a goon. Like he has reasons behind the stuff that he does, and he's true to himself. Like he's really embodying like the sense of self. It's just like, where did that start? Like, what was your upbringing like? Like, why do you keep doing what you're doing? And you know, you're a risk taker in a different sense of like, you're not gonna jump off a ladder like, you know, Jeff Hardy or anything like that. But like, you do your own. You go by the beat of your own drum, and you're the guitarist, and you're the vocalist, and you're the whole thing. Like, what keeps you going? Like, what reminds you of, like, self of, like, CM Punk? Or, like, what separates CM Punk from Phil Brooks? Or is there even, like, a separation? Like, I want to know, like, why do you do the things that you do? Like, what drives that? And how can I be more of that? So that's number one. Number two is Oprah. Because I want to know from, like, where her beginnings were, which was here in Chicago, what kept you going? Because you're a juggernaut now, worth, what, several million, maybe even like $1 billion at this point. Your worth and your value and the knowledge that you have, you've done a lot. Like, from a perspective of a black African-American female, that was redundant. From a black female, like what, like you carry some sort of representation or like reputation, both of those. Like you being who you are, knowing that, and you're achieving all of these things. Like what keeps you going? Like how can I obtain the wealth and the success and the drive and the passion for the things that you do and stuff like that, and like. Not just from like one black person. Wow, I can't even talk. One black person to another, but definitely the black female. And you know how like that's treated in the country, but we're gonna talk about that a different day. But it's just like, what keeps you going, knowing that you are a representation and like the reputation that you have? Like what keeps you going in that sense? So that's number two. Number three. I really had to dig deep for this one, but it's just like, yeah, I really want like some comfort. I really want some warm, like if a hug came from like knowledge, that probably doesn't make any sense. It makes sense in my head. Don't worry about it. This is why I'm crazy. But the third person I would have dinner with and really just sit down and really just talk and hash shit out is Steve Harvey. Because I grew up with, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is one of those people that you could tell he has a really warm and humble, like, soul. Like, when you think of Steve Harvey...
Humble for sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. When you think of Steve Harvey, you think, like, that's everybody uncle, that's everybody dad, that's someone, like, when he's super funny, super entertaining, and not on purpose. He was gifted with that. But when it comes to breaking down like the motivational speeches and him telling you the nitty gritty of like what it is that you need to do in life, like overcoming adversity or heartbreak or struggles with your job or anything, he has a voice and a certain aura that you just gravitate to. Like, I'm soaking in everything that you're saying to me right now, because you're not gonna hear it from like anywhere else usually. But like, he's one of those sources, like even in his talk shows or his radio shows or whatever, like it kind of just slips out. It comes out natural for him. Like, he'll just tell you real life binaural beat shit, and it just hits. And you just learn. You feel like you just learn more because of like what he's just talking about. I'm like, damn, I feel validated. I feel good. Thank you, Uncle Harvey.
Right.
I needed that hug. I needed that. Just I want to have dinner with those three people. That was a lot. My bad.
Okay. No. That's actually pretty fair. Those picks actually kind of surprised me. Um.
But I'm still having dinner with JoJo and Paige. Let's don't get it twisted though.
No, for sure, because Paige.
God, bro, I'm about to hold on real quick. I'm about to send you some that I saw on Twitter, and this I don't know if it's like it's supposed to be a GIF maybe, but I got it in the video. This GIF went so fucking hard. I'm like, yeah, they started this whole shit. But anyway, go ahead, go.
Wait, you sent it to me?
Yeah, I'm sending it right now.
Okay. Oh
Make,
shit.
make sure I sent that and nothing else. Hold on. Okay, yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know why that went so hard for me. It's just like, whoa, Paul, yike! What for content contacts? What context? For evidence.
Damn arm off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So what I sent Rondo, I don't know if you're gonna include this in the podcast or not. It's basically a gif of Emma and Paige in their NXT days, and they started the women's revolution. But the intensity and the drama and the aura that they exuded in this small 4-second clip was like, oh yeah, I like Paige. Yeah. It's just a different look. She didn't look like a diva, like the standard company diva or whatever. I'm like, you got some edge to you. I like that.
I like that.
I like that. And she was kicking people in the face in boots. I'm like, I like that. It's different.
It is different, bro. You know, this is crazy about that because it's like I told a lot of people, like NXT before was a joke until Hunter had took it over and made it something. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we really gotta thank Triple H for that. And then
Yes,
what's
sir.
also crazy is that he had went back to developmental to the Performance Center and said he told a couple people that he was back.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means. Hopefully it means that, you know, NXT 2.0 could be, you know, something a little
Maybe,
different.
but we know why. We know why he's back though. So
Yeah.
yeah, because Vince is not there. So who's the second in line? It should have been Sean, but we'll take Triple H as long as he's okay. You got a question for me, bro?
Let me look.
Damn, that was a good question.
If you want to ask me another one while I look up one for you, then I definitely got you.
I got you. Randomizer, go! Number 10. What is this? It better be good. No, that's a little too real. And we already talked about it for like a whole hour. So.
Oh, God.
Ooh, damn. Ooh, this might be a long one. It's a short question, but the context is long. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that word.
Context?
I either say, when I try to say context, I say contacts or comebacks or some shit. Like, it's one of those weird ones on context. Like, how you spell that? Don't ask me. But the question is, what makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
What makes me feel inspired or my best self.
Mm-hmm. Or like your best self. Like what makes you feel like, I guess, like Rondu? Like what makes you feel like Rondu? What drives Rondu, as a person or entity?
Person or entity?
So I'm assuming like they're not asking like, oh, why do you do YouTube? Like that's too specific. I think this is
No,
asking
no,
like
no.
what makes you you? You feel me?
So, okay, for me, what drives me as a person, I definitely would have to say my friends, for sure. Like, I I surround myself around people who want to be about shit.
Oh my
You
gosh,
know,
say that again for Stephanie in the back.
let
For
me just.
Karen in the back.
I like to surround myself around people who are about shit.
Golly.
And what I mean by that is all my friends. And what's crazy is like all my friends are creators. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're also my friends are also successful, like in doing doing their own thing. You know, and then I also have friends who are still trying to find out who they are, and also trying to find like their own career path, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so what drives me is them because you know we're all just trying to make it in our own
Mm-hmm.
way. You know what I'm saying? And it feels good, like like even having conversations like this. You know, for example, when we had earlier in the break when we were having our conversation about what we were talking about. You know, it definitely feels good knowing that you're not alone. It also feels good knowing that you're also trying to achieve the same goal, but also trying to do it in your way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just think that's a really dope feeling. You know, knowing that people they feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's very dope. Connecting with people
Mm-hmm.
and just having that same vibe. Now, what makes me me? What makes Sun Randu who is Sun Randu in a sense? Was that was one of the questions, right? Like that was the
Yeah.
that was spit
I,
behind
I
it.
kind of like altered like the question itself because it was kind of boring, but yeah, that.
Right. Uh, what's crazy about that is like it came from a place of joy. It came from a place of hope, in a sense, trying to be different from other people.
Mm.
You know, and it felt it felt a little okay. So, for example, there was a song that you had made from I think your last EP was Mood Leap,
Yes.
and I remember this line from Private Party where
Ooh.
you were basically talking about, like nigga, like this is a private party. Like if you're an outcast, if you're different from everyone else, if you're a rebel, like this is for you. And so I definitely felt around that time when I had created this person or this entity, if you will, I felt like an outcast. I felt different from other people because, you know, everyone was all, out doing their thing, sports
Mm-hmm.
and, trade stocks, like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I never was really into that kind of stuff. Like, yes, I did play sports in high school, and I'm 6'7", so everyone automatically assumed that I was going to be a fucking NBA star or NFL player. And
Right.
so it's like when people just see you in that image, and that's not something that you're into, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of just drives you to a place where it's like, damn, is that all I'm really worth? Like, don't get me wrong, like, this shit's
Ooh,
fun.
tell them, talk to them.
It's like, that shit's fun, but it's like, that's not me. Like, bro, like, I'm a fucking nerd. I collect comic books. I have pop figures on my desk. I watch anime. I literally have a fucking, I have a DC figure on my wall. I play video games. Like that's who I am. I grew up on this shit. And when I found out that there are other people that that can post and like they have entertainment from this shit. Like people are entertained by this shit. Like I tell a lot of people, Afro sends you XL. Look him
Mm-hmm.
up on YouTube. Is the reason why I started getting into content creation. He is the reason why I am who I am. There have been quite a few instances when I was streaming or I made a YouTube video and people said, "Yo, you remind me so much of Afro Senju."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, granted, I'm not into comparisons. I definitely feel some type of way about that. But it's like in that moment, it felt really good because it's like that's like I want people to know Sun Randu for Sun Randu. I don't want people to like it's cool. Like it's definitely cool. It was definitely an amazing thing to see. But it's like at the same time, it's like I want people to know me for me
Mm-hmm.
as well. And so
The fuck
you
is
know,
that? Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Man, I gotta turn everything off. Everything is scaring me.
you're good, bro. Um, but yeah, it definitely Sarandu came from. He just came from a different place, a place of I don't know. I don't really have like the right words to say where he came from, but he's literally in everything I do. So I guess that should kind of answer the question a little bit. I
Oh,
know that
you
was a
definitely
little
did. I love that whole thing. That was
yeah.
good.
Maybe that was a little too long of an answer, but that's
Oh, trust me, if we wanted to, if we had like a little some, we definitely would have had a whole night talking about this.
oh yeah, that's gonna be coming up real soon. Trust
Oh,
me.
oh boy, y'all heard it here first. Stick around.
So, but let me ask you this question: Where did
What's-
where did where did Ghost the Rebel come from?
All right,
Like, who is
so
Ghost?
who
Yeah,
is Ghost? So the rebel part came. I just said it earlier. Came from CM Punk. Just
right.
being a rebel. But it goes a little deeper than that. So I guess I'll start with that one. So the rebel thing is just like internally, like I just kept hearing a voice as I'm like growing up that I just don't do what like stereotypical things that people who look like me would do. Like if they, let's say back in the day, right? We're talking like early 2000s. We're in school. I'm like a black kid. I'm short. I'm considerably short. Don't compare me or Rondu, okay? That's disrespectful. But I'm short and I had glasses. Some people would think that, oh, let's say they're asking me, oh, what do you like to do? Like, do you like basketball? Like, stop asking me the same fucking question. I think it's cool, but I don't follow basketball. I'm cool. Like, I'm fine. I'm in the band, okay? Not the school band. We're playing musical instruments, nigga. Like, that's what I'm doing. But I just do different things. Like, I like you had said, let me breathe. Let me actually drink some water before I go into this, because man, I'm slipping all over my words. But like you, I watch anime. I watch certain things that other people, I guess, within the culture at the time would not do. And I
Right, right.
subconsciously went uh, with the beat of my own drum, even though I was still trying to fit in back then.
Nigga, yes, yes.
Right, because
Oh
back then,
man.
like, I mean, bullying is still a thing, which it shouldn't be a fucking thing, but just bullies, stop doing. Go to fuck home. Find something better to do. But anyway, um, it really didn't hit until maybe a couple years ago, actually, that I was actually being an inspiration to my little sister, who she's grown too, but like she really brought it home in the sense of like, because we're a very small family. There's only four of us, like all together. It's just the two parents, two kids. That's it. But yeah, it's real fucking small. So everybody technically is grown. Um, but a lot of like what she learned throughout life, or a big chunk, actually came from me. And I didn't even know. Because, like, yeah, I was playing the role of the big brother, but, like, it wasn't like that. You know how you see it in the movies or in shows, like, the bigger sibling is like, let me show you the ropes of life. That wasn't me. I'm trying to figure out what the hell. I'm just trying to fit in. I'm just trying not to get roasted in school and try to do the right thing to please the parents and, like, get a job and do the whole get a big house, a family, white picket fence, all that type of shit. I'm just trying to fit the mold, basically.
Right.
But it wasn't until I had certain disruptions in life, which is basically, like 2013, I want to say. That's when, for context, was the first huge heartbreak I've ever received and been like trying to experience. Mind you, had no idea of how to cope with it. Now in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't know how to cope, didn't know how to process it, didn't know how to like talk about it, express it, yada yada yada. Didn't know a goddamn thing. But now that I'm older, my sister was looking at me and seeing the things that I was doing, and she was learning to like, okay, this is how not to do that, or this is like I don't have to like do what the parents say, like, because my older brother, he did this and he seems very happy and he seems very successful. So I'm basically, what I'm saying is like I was going with the beat of my own drum even as a child, subconsciously, whether I knew it or not, because it just resonates like in me, like I don't want to do that, like they're doing that. I mean, I might do some things, but in the back of my head, like I kind of want to do my own thing. Now I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Like I hope it pisses people off of like what I'm doing, cause I'm all about self happiness. Okay, if I like anime, bitch, you gonna know about it. Okay, oh, you like this? Yup. I bet that make you mad, don't it? Mm-hmm. Stay mad about it. That's a personal problem. But anyway, Ghost is kind of the same, but it's also different. It relates. So Ghost actually came from the people that I was dealing with, either that was friends, or that was people I was romantically interested in. It made me feel very invisible, but I wasn't quite, gone, or like too far gone, basically dead, right? I'm literally like a ghost living on Earth. So I feel like I'm half here. I'm half in and I'm half out. I feel like I'm dead, but I'm not. But I'm at an unrest, and that's basically what a definition of a ghost is. It's a spirit that's unrest, that hasn't been laid to rest yet. It's kind of just roaming around trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So I blended the two together, but the ghost came from being ghosted and feeling alone from everybody. But like, ghosts are not bad. Like, not all ghosts are bad. Some can be laid to rest. Some can find the beauty in feeling like there's nothing else to do, or nothing else left to lose. Like, I'm losing my words, because like I know what it looks like in my head. But basically, you can find the beauty in the pain. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like I learned a lot in life from the hardships that I had to go through that left me feeling like that. Very grateful that I got on the other side of that in a positive light and a whole bunch of knowledge. But it definitely taught me that life ain't all glitter and speckles of gold and shit. Like, there is some dark, heavy shit that people go through. But if you can understand it more and try to ask questions and express yourself going through that and have a different perspective, you could like learn a lot. And you can appreciate a whole lot more of life in that sense. You can cherish it more. So yeah, that's where Ghost came from. That's very long, but the basis of me now is just like I'm on a journey of self identification or just like self happiness, just the journey of self. I want to be the best version of myself. There are so
Nice.
many
No,
dreams
for
and
real.
visions and goals and just things I want to accomplish and things that I dream about constantly. It's not like I'm making myself dream of it. They happen on their own, repeatedly, mind you. So I'm like, there has to be some sort of calling. There's some sort of purpose I'm supposed to do. And back in the day, I thought I knew what it was. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, whatever. Now it's just like I'm going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. But my premise is that I want to make myself happy, and I want to be a blessing and a light to somebody else. It could just be one person. I'm not trying to save the world. I just want to help one person along their journey to stay on this earth a little bit longer. You feel me? That way it can kind of like domino effect to somebody else. Because someone else did that for me. It's such a beautiful thing to like keep going forward and to keep fighting for the shit that you want to do and just for yourself. But I would love to know that, hey, I was a beacon of light for somebody else. Because that's really the premise. That's the end of game for life for me. Just like I want to be someone else's rope so that they can keep going, and that's it.
I like
And
it.
to smile. That's it.
Yeah.
And we doing it. We are doing it. We gonna keep it going though. We ain't stopping. Just because I did it don't mean I'm gonna stop. No, we gonna keep it going. Keep it pushing. Cause I'm learning so much about myself now. It's and there's so much more. I'm not in the prime yet. There's so much to do, and I'm here for it, good and bad. Cause bitch, I ain't dead yet. We still here though. EP.
We still here though.
But yeah, that's a good question. Heavy-handed,
Yeah, that
thick-footed,
was.
if you will.
Yeah, and I have to kind of go back to it. It's like I'm trying to still figure out who I am on both sides because I also go by another name. I mean, essentially, I go by another name, Jack Young,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, not only do I do, not only am I a content creator, but I also do photography. I also produce, make music, and I'm also still currently in the midst of creating a comic book, right? And the also crazy thing about that is like when I was younger, specifically going back into high school, hell, even middle school, elementary school, even, we're gonna go way back. I had friends around that time who were so fucking talented at a young age. Like I had this one kid who back in elementary school he loved anime, loved anime. His name was Mason. Can't remember his last name, but at the end of the day, we're not trying to put out government names like full government names on this bitch. You know what
Man, fuck the government. I feel you
I'm
though.
saying? Um, he was a really cool individual, and he used to whenever we had free time in class, he would sit down and draw anime characters, specifically Naruto. You know what I'm saying? I remember he drew Hinata for me. He used to draw characters for certain people in the class,
Mm-hmm.
whoever would ask. You know what I'm saying? And oddly enough, he had drew a character, uh, for me because he knew that I liked anime. So he had drawn Hinata for me, and I was like, bro, this is so this is good. Mind you, we're in elementary school. This is like fourth, fifth grade. I was like, what, maybe 8, 9 ish.
And
I
he
want to
was
say.
still 6'7". Ain't that some shit?
um, and it's like, damn, like, bro, you're talented at this age. Like, how was that possible? And then there was another kid in my class who used to do like mini comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like he had his like
Mm-hmm.
own little mini series and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But just out of stick figures. But the way he drew his stick figures was so. It, it, it's not like any stick figure. Like we all know what stick figures look like, right?
Yes, sir.
But the way he drew them was so it was different and it was entertaining. And I remember trying to come up with my own little thing, which failed miserably, mind you. And so, growing up, I never really looked at myself as ever being good at anything, like at all. I never saw myself as an artist. I never saw myself creative. Even when it came to school projects, you know what I'm saying. I literally told myself like I'm not good at anything. And sucks to say, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
And so, you know, 17, I started getting into content creating, and then so on, so forth in the future. Now I'm doing all this other stuff, and it's like I never thought at this point in my life I would see myself doing these sort of things. Collabing with other artists, collabing with people on music. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Collabing with other creators, artists, people who do music. Like I never saw myself in that light because I always thought I was, well, not trash. I'll just say that. And I'm really grateful that I taught myself how to do all these things.
Mm.
I literally did. I self taught myself how to do all this stuff. Now, yes, I still have a ways to go as far as music, but it's like I did it.
Mm-hmm.
We still have that single out on SoundCloud, Four Sides. Check it out.
Check it out right now. You feel me?
But I'm fortunate enough to not just say that I did it, but I'm also putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I don't know. It's a crazy. This is crazy, you know. And I'm very proud of myself for taking these steps and still taking these steps to just I don't know, just achieve some sort of honestly just being happy doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's really it. You know, like yeah, having the money would be great. It would be it would be dope. But it's like we don't do what we do for the money. We do it because we love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, that's kind of my take on that.
That's a beautiful thing to hear. That's inspiring. Ooh wee.
Right? And then it's like there are you, and it's like I've like my goal as well. Like how you said that your goal is to kind of be the beacon and just trying to just help people one person at a time. Like my goal is just like to inspire others and just not be afraid. Because if I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I had a lot of self doubt when it came to
Mm.
putting out a lot of shit. When it came to especially when it came to the music, especially when it came to the music, when it even came to the comic book, and I literally had conversations with, you know, with friends and everything. I would just be like, yo, like, what if they don't? What if when I put my stuff out, they don't fuck with it? And I got a lot of the same answers, which was, who gives a fuck?
Mm.
If you love it enough and it's something that you wanted to do, like what do you really have left to lose? The fact that you're
Mm.
doing it, it's, it's really enough. You know what I mean?
Talk to him.
And I just believe it's all about faith. You know, so yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about that. and the confidence too. I never really had high confidence. I'm still working on that as well.
Same.
So as far as that goes, we're all still a work in progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All still a work in progress. And like you said, bro, I think that's like a real beautiful thing that everyone still has a long ways to go. Because it's like even when you hit that age, like that certain age, it's like you still have some growing to do, even when you're gone from this world. Because it's like I feel like with creators, even it's like we all have a mission. We all have a mission in our own way. You know, and it's just it's a beautiful thing. It's like for example, like we're a flower. It still has time to grow and bloom and you know just be that beacon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, life is a beautiful thing, bro.
It really
It
is.
really is.
Like good and bad, hardships or not. Like life is. If you really want change, if you want the change that you want out of life, if you want something to change, you're gonna have to go through some hard shit. It's not gonna come easy, but that's if you want easy mode, you can do easy mode, but you're not gonna get what you want. Like I want some good longevity shit. So give me the hard mode, God mode. Bring it here, cause I'm gonna fight for it. Woo! That's some good shit right there. That's a
Yes,
good
you have to
question.
do. Yeah.
Oh my god, I got
Wow,
room
that
for
actually.
one more question for you. No, go ahead, bro. Talk to him,
That was it, bro. I was actually gonna ask you a question, but if you got one more, let me know.
man. Nah, hit me with this question. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, you sure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. This question is: what is your most treasured possession?
Like material possession, or like we talking
Uh,
about what's the thing I cherish the most? Period.
it doesn't really specify.
Oh
Um,
shit.
why don't we just go with both?
Fuck. Okay, so material and not. Material girl. Material wise or the metaphysical? I'm looking around my room. I'm like, I don't want to say my setup because nah, like, I mean, even though if something happened to it, I would fucking weep. But the physical thing that I cherish, that's not my body. Um, damn, I'm really trying to think. Hold on, hold on. Damn, is it the PC? It might be. It might. It might be the PC. I'm thinking around. Yeah, you know what? I will say the PC. That's gonna sound fucking cheap and whack, but I've worked really hard in like saving up and planning how I wanted this PC to go. Cause it's not just like, oh, I got the PC and that's it. This was like a giant work in progress for years. Like before I even started YouTube. Like you see like your favorite creators having like certain setups and you're thinking like, damn, like what kind of PC do they have? Like, cause they're making this amazing content. And if I had that, I would make amazing content too. Or like, let's say you start off with like a laptop, rinky dink, right? And you're starting off your YouTube thing or creative works or whatever. And you're thinking to yourself, if I had this, the production of like the stuff that I want to do would be so much easier. It would be so much brighter. Now you're looking at Pinterest, you're seeing people's setups. I'm like, I want that. So I guess it's the PC because it just took a lot of planning, a lot of saving up, a lot of calculation, making sure that my bills and stuff came first, um, and a whole bunch of faith and manifesting, just making sure that this is exactly what I want and I'm gonna do wonders with it. It's not just a sporadic thing that I want. I'm like, I have plans and goals when I have this. So I guess physically the PC would be the most valuable thing that I do because I do so much work on it. I do
Right.
videos, music, this podcast that y'all listening to right now. Subscribe if you haven't. just all these avenues of stuff that is catering to the goals and the dreams and the visions that I have is coming from this metal box, this technological box that's to my right now. So yeah, that's my most prized possession. Metaphysically, or like spiritually, ooh, the most prized possession that I have is, this is gonna sound vague, but I'm gonna say my free will is the most prized possession that I have, because that sets up the basis of who I am as a person, what I want to do, what I want to be, what I can and cannot do, or like what I can choose, like what I choose or choose not to do. Like I have I get, yeah, I'm gonna say privilege because some people don't have this privilege in the world. I have the privilege and the honor and the not glory, but like I'm blessed. I have the blessing of choice, which ties into the shit that we said earlier. But we're not gonna go back there. But just having the choice of like I could do this, I have the free will to do this or not. Do I want to do this? Yeah. Do I want to do this? No. And no one's gonna tell me different, because this is what I want to do. This is my choice. This is my decision, and we're just gonna go with that. Like no one's gonna have control over what the fuck I do. And you may have a little bit of influence, but it's like the final decision, the final naysay comes from my choice. That's my decision. That's what I'm gonna do. Whatever. And so that's the most prized possession overall that I'm very grateful and blessed to have, is the freedom of choice. However ironic that fucking sounds in this. Ghost, come back. Ghost, we're not going back there. Be in the present, right? See, I'm
Yeah,
making a
trauma
choice
surfing,
right now
bro.
of that. Look at that. Great example. And that's all she wrote, bro. That's me. That's my answer for that one.
uh, I think for me, and I don't know how. I don't know. I'm probably thinking too deep into it, but for me, it would have to be. I have a journal that I write in, so that would have to be my prized possession. Um,
Mmm.
so for that, it actually. I mean, obviously, when people have journals, you kind of that's like your safe house in a sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that kind of stores all of my. I guess we can say trauma, right? Stores all trauma, the stories, everything that I've been through. I can just write it all down, and I like to reflect on a lot of stuff, especially things that's going on in my life, things that I wrote down, and there are moments like there's actually been a moment recently where I just kind of just sat down and was just kind of skimming through like everything that I've wrote down, because I have another journal that I've written, and it's kind of beat up, like the pages are all ripped out and shit, like it's kind of fucked up, which is weird.
Mm.
I didn't think it would get to that point, but you know I was just kind of just skimming through it, and I was just like, damn, I was really going through it. You know what I'm saying? And like I already said, and I've said this, already before. I keep a lot of shit to myself. There are a lot of things that I don't speak on or speak about. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if I share things that I'm going through with certain individuals, like you at that point you should kind of know, like, yo, you should feel very like fucking honored, very fucking honored, because it's like I don't share that kind of stuff with anyone else. You know what I mean? I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
that should just go for anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, like you've shared a lot of shit with me to to a point where it's like I would never tell another fucking soul because why would I?
Same.
That's your business. You know what I'm saying? So I feel very privileged and honored to have had you share stuff with me in IU, you know? So I feel like that is my most prized possession, you know?
Mm.
Because it's like, who's to say that I won't share these kind of stories with, you know, my kids, you know, or my great grandkids type shit, you know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
know, share stories like this with my siblings, you know? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna have to grow up and they're gonna have to face their own hardships. And for someone who's already already gone through the shit that they may go through, it's only right that I share that with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that would have to be my prized possession. This, you know, my journal. Uh, as far as a prized possession, non-material wise, I would have to say my mind.
Woo!
I
Ooh!
I say that because I feel like without that, a lot of what I do now wouldn't have came from fruition. Creativity is a beautiful thing, you know. And one of my homies, um, he's I'm not gonna say his name, but he goes by I'll say his creative name. He goes by Six, right?
Okay.
He's definitely another person who's been influential on me, you know, and me and him have had a lot of conversations to where it's like at this point, bro, I'm trying to build a fucking empire. I want to create a legacy
Mm.
to where it's something where it it won't die out, God forbid, you know. And it's like he's a very talented individual, you know, and I feel like we both are similar in a sense, but not. If you know what I'm trying to say, because it's like we all want the same thing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't know, bro. It's just different. It's just different. But yeah, I'll just say that. Um, I'll just have to yeah, my mind.
I love all that, bro. Dude, the mind is the key. I swear. It really is.
And it's like you have to truly take care of that because once again, you know, self doubt, confidence, that all comes from within. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you don't take care of like your mental as well, all that could transpire into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really good feeling when you're talking about it with someone else, for someone that actually knows what you're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That's a good question. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Bro, I think I got one more question for you. Wait, did I? Yeah, I have one more. And
Yeah.
then I think we can unless you have any more questions after this question. If not, we can go ahead and wrap up the podcast because this was a fire one.
Uh, I'll probably see if I have one more, but
All right, for
I'll
sure.
answer this one for sure.
Randomizer go! Number 3. What is that? How is that a question? Bro, How was that a question? Wait.
What is it?
How was that a question? No, I'm not about to read it out loud. That question is sus. The fuck? Anyway. Where'd I get this from? Ooh, shit. Okay. Okay, that's a good one right here. All right. What is the best compliment you have ever received?
Oh, I think I literally I said it earlier. That that I had reminded someone of Afro Sunju, like one of my favorite content creators. I think that was like
Hell yeah.
the best compliment. Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Hell yeah. Okay. Mine was it's fairly recent too, but it hit there's so many levels to it, like personally. But someone had told me, dude, I absolutely love your energy.
Mm.
And it sounds
Actually, you
like
know what? I actually do have another one.
okay. Like on paper it sounds like if anybody else were to read it, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, like they're just being nice." Like I don't think y'all understand how deep and like how heavy that comment is. Because once upon a time, I thought my energy was wrong, or it was too much, or it was just weird. But I'm like, no, this is naturally how I am. And I'm speaking like on like specifically when I content create, when I do videos, specifically the Ruby ones, because that's just me just being me. I'm just like exuding, I'm expressing myself. I'm exuding like who I am as a person, genuinely reacting to the show. I'm not trying to portray a character or whatever. This is damn near like Alonzo. This is Ghost, but it's an essence of Alonzo. This is raw form. But to know that a lot of people like they fuck with my energy, like they mess with it, they mesh with it. It's just like, you know what? It's a reminder that who I am as a person, I'm validated. This is me, and people accept me for who I am. So, like, this is my energy. My energy is, damn, I should have said energy was my most important trait, because it's true. But
It is, bro. It really
it
is.
was a
That's
good thing to
crazy.
hear. That's it.
And so it was crazy that you said that energy is like your most uh, valuable trait. And I meant actually, it's a compliment. My fault, not a trait. Um, and I actually forgot about this a while back. So when I was doing my first, I don't want to say my first ever photo shoot with one of my homegirls, but it was like my first time like really getting in that mode, like getting in that realm as far as photography. You know, after we had finished our photo shoot, normally whenever I finish a photo shoot with a homie or whatever, you know, after that we kind of go out, get some food, just kind of vibe out for the rest of the night, and then go back to our respective places. And so when we had finished our first shoot, we went to go get some ramen, and we just kind of just chilled around the town, because we were already downtown, in Tampa, so we was just kicking it. And so she had told me we were having like a really deep conversation, you know, about what was going on and everything, in both of our lives. And so she was telling me about how, about myself and how, you know, that I'm a genuine person, that I'm a good person, and how I make people feel comfortable. And what's what was crazy about that is like, like for myself, like that's how I want to like perceive myself. Like that's how I want to showcase. Like I don't ever want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Like I always tell people, like, yo, if there's ever a time I make you feel uncomfortable, or if I say something that offends you, please let me know, and I will
Mm.
switch that shit up quick, fast, and in a hurry, because I don't ever want to, you know, make someone feel that way or make people like have people see me in that light. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already a funny individual. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever,
Bro, you funny as fuck.
but so when she told me that, especially when she said that I make people feel comfortable, and that I made her feel comfortable, it made me feel, it made me feel really good. Because it's like, once again, I don't ever want to make someone uncomfortable to the point where it's like, oh, I can't be around you type of shit. You know what I mean? Or the vibe
Mm-hmm.
is just very fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciated that, and it made me feel really appreciated and made me feel really good that I can do that for one person. And I feel like I do that with a lot of people because I have a lot of female friends. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and it's like I'm not just gonna say that they share a lot of things with me, but obviously, like a lot of the male ones do as well.
Right.
Like I
No,
just said,
I
like
know what you mean. Like, as far
yeah,
as like a female trusting you with certain information that they normally wouldn't trust with any old like guy, for example. I feel you.
yeah, and a lot of that, and even with the males, bro. Like once again, that has to do a lot with comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I wouldn't sit here and tell you the shit that I told you. You know, and for example, um, I'm not gonna speak too much about that night. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Remember?
No, say that one more time.
Okay. You'll know what I mean when I say this. Your Gulagy
My Gulagy.
when it was me, you, Britt, and DJ, and Liz.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay, that one. Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. All right. All right.
So okay. So you remember? So you know that night, for example, you know there was a lot of shit that was said that night that we would normally never tell other people because we either don't feel comfortable or once again it's none of your fucking business. So it feels good knowing that that I shared that trust. I had that sort of trust, not sort of, but I had that trust, or I had that trust with certain people. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I have to say about that. I think that's really dope quality.
Yes. Yes. I completely agree, bro.
Mm. Damn, that coffee hit different. God
I swear
damn.
on God, bro, I might have me a second cup.
um, there is one more thing I wanted to speak on
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
before we end the podcast, and that would have to be the EP that me and you are going to be releasing in about
Oh
a
my
month
God.
and some change. Now,
Oh
I
my
do
God.
want to let a lot of people know if you are listening to this, or when you do listen to this, that there are two sides. There will be two sides. There is an A side and there is a B side. Ghost will have his list, and then I will have my list. Now, yes, we're both gonna be featured on each other's shit. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. But I just want to let a lot of people know that this EP will be a sort of a storytelling between two individuals, two brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's gonna be a lot of high. There's gonna be a lot of high moments, and there's gonna be a lot of low moments between both sides. And I just want to let y'all know now, you're gonna be in for a
Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all about to experience. Let's just say that
ride.
this is
What are your
gonna
thoughts?
be
Yeah.
like I'm very excited and I'm very intrigued because there's so many different styles that we can cover and so many topics that we can discuss, but we're also just going to be centering around, like you said, storytelling, telling the audience about each other, one another, different creative mindsets, but like also the same when you kind of wrap it all around. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. Now I haven't recorded a song in a while. I want to say it's been almost 2 years. I think. Right. Yeah, it's been 2 years since I came up with the track. Period. Outside of Four Sides, by the way. Um. So I'm a little rusty, but the juice is still there. I still got a pocket of juice somewhere. I've been doing music for years, like for 10 years, on and off. So I know a little something here and there, but it definitely evolved. It definitely changed. I definitely want to hear Rondu. Like I want to see. I'm not trying to overhype it or anything. I'm just I love it when people get into music because the thing about it is like, of course, when you first start out, you're gonna probably think to yourself, man, that sounds like ass, or like this is not hard enough. Pause. Or this is not like sounding the way that I wanted to sound. But the thing about life too, synonymously, is that it changes, it evolves. You learn more when you do it. Like, and from personal experience, I overthought a lot. I'm like, it's not really clicking like I wanted to, or I didn't deliver it right, or you could be thinking like in the very beginning, this is the hardest thing I've ever did in my life. Pause again, but or like I'm the shit, or like I'm about to get a Grammy off of this, which you could. But the thing is like over time, you're gonna look back on your first works and be like, look at the crazy change of like tone and delivery and wordplay, and look at the journey that you've had with music and shit like that. So I'm excited to see your journey, how that goes for you, and even mine too. But I'm like, this is your first take, this is your first time. It's just like, y'all ain't ready, but get ready though.
Yeah, like this definitely is my first time um rapping for sure. So, and it's like I did write down a few lyrics to kind of see how it sounded. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I don't really like my voice all that much.
Bro, I
Cuz
was
it's
there
like
too. Trust.
cuz it's crazy is like when you hear somebody rap or when you hear somebody sing for the first time, they don't sound they definitely don't sound like how they talk. So, I'm gonna give you three examples. Number one, Bryson Tiller. We all know how he sounds when he sings.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when I heard that man talk for the first time, I said, this nigga's voice is deeper than mine. If not if not around the same octave. I heard him talk, I was like, bro, what? He literally his octaves, like as far as voice, like his shit sounds just like mine. But when he sings, he sounds nothing like how he talks. Bro, Tory
That's
Lanez.
accurate. Yup, that's another one.
Tory Lanez. You would think, by the way he talks, by the way he raps, his singing, it doesn't match. Like, I don't know how that fucking works. Now, don't get me wrong, I listen to both dudes, and, you know, I love them, but it's like, bro, what? Like, it doesn't match up. And then last but not least, Baby Keem. Baby Keem, he raps kind of high pitch, but when he talks, he has a deep voice. Like, what the fuck? So it's like, it's like I know when y'all hear me rap for the first time, it's definitely gonna sound different. I don't want to say I don't want to say weird. Like no one's ever heard me rap, so you know.
I'm here for it.
Oh man,
This shit about
but
to be
yeah,
bonkers.
that's all I'm gonna say about that. I can't wait for you guys to hear the singles before we put out the EP as a whole. Because I think all around, I think all together, I think it's gonna be 12 songs. So I think we're doing 6 songs each. So yeah, definitely want to put out maybe like one or two singles before we actually, put out the whole thing.
Where can they find the singles?
Uh, it's gonna be on SoundCloud at first, but then they're also gonna have its own thing like on Apple Music and such, Spotify, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. And if can't speak. And I stuttered. That's great. Uh, it's definitely going to be an interesting take on both sides. So,
4 sides.
4 sides. So, but we just want to say thank you for listening to this podcast. If you guys want to follow us on social media, just a disclaimer, you will see some shit. But overall, like I said, we're not political. We're not political people. We just like to vibe out.
Ooh, excuse me.
And bless you, bro.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. So, if you guys want to follow Ghost the Rebel, you can find him at.
You can find me at either Ghost the Rebel on Twitter or Glitch Grave. It's going to be in the same bio for either one.
For sure. And if you guys want to follow me, I am on. Wow, I had a blank moment for a moment. Yikes. On Twitter, you can follow me at Rondu TV. That is RON as in Nikki, DUE TV. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube at Sonrondu, SONNROD. Oh, wow. I can't spell. SONNRONDUE. And I'm undergoing a little bit of construction on my Instagram to kind of revamp anything from the photography side. Also going to change my name as well. But as far as social media and everything, and, you know, Twitch and YouTube, you guys can follow me on that. And, thank you for listening to this podcast, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Take care, y'all. Be safe and be great.
Yes, sir. That right there. All right. Peace out, y'all.